Okay. Um, we're just going to go on with the webinar right now. We have about 6 people joining us. Hi, everyone, from wherever you're joining us from. You can use the comment section to say hi back so that this conversation is going to be quite interesting. Just say hi, 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 hi. I can't see your names, but so just I'll wait for the messages. I want to say welcome everybody once again to another section of our webinar, HM Community. Hi, Michael. Hi, Sullivan. It's a pleasant afternoon. Welcome to another section of our webinar. So today is not the first time that we're having a webinar like this. I think for people who are quite familiar, we have a webinar like this every Thursday, which is quite insightful. Previously, we've had like webinar for sales, we've had webinar for entrepreneurship, we've had different talks, but today we'll be talking about data analysis, which I think is like a field that is gaining popularity a lot these days. And people are curious. People want to switch into tech. The first line of thought is okay, is that they're doing UI UX design or they're doing data analysis. And because you might be interested in diving into something like that, it is only right and only fair for the HM community to bring to you something in that line. So it's for something to answer someone actually to answer your burning questions in the line of data analysis. So that's what we do. Sorry, I lost my network for a bit. So like I said, we don't bring just any people, we bring people who are experts in this field so that they help us answer the questions that we have been and I'm going to read in her bio now. So Anne is a skilled data analyst with a strong background in data manipulation, statistical analysis, and visualization. She excels in turning complex data into actionable insights, contributing to strategic decision making in various projects. Outside of work, and enjoys reading fiction, traveling to new places, solving puzzles, and experimenting with new. Sorry, I lost my network again. I have very terrible network, so please give me. So outside of work, as I was saying, Annie enjoys reading fiction, traveling to new places, solving puzzles, and experimenting with new recipes in the kitchen. Meaning, aside being a data analyst, prepares and he can cook and he cooks. And she has diverse interests and analytical skills, which make a dynamic force both professionally and personally. So, yes, without further ado, let's give the stage to our speaker. Hi, Annie, welcome once again
Hello, everyone. Good
to the Asian
afternoon.
Community live webinar. Good afternoon.
Good
Yeah, so I'm
afternoon,
just going to
everyone.
share on your side. So, uh, go for the next
Okay.
point.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Anne Todo. Like she said, I'm a data analyst at Effects. I'm currently a data analyst at Effects Nigeria in Abuja. So today we'll be talking about the impact of data analysis on business decision making. Gloria, please can you go to the next slide? Yeah, so today we'll be talking about the impact of data analysis on business decision making, and over the next 30 minutes we'll be discussing on understanding data analysis, the role of data analysis in business, and the tools and techniques that you can be able to do to become a better data analyst, and the practical application in our day-to-day lives. Next slide. All right, so understanding data analysis. So, what is data analysis? Data analysis is like the process of cleaning and transforming data with the goal of getting an insight or to get trends of what is going on in a particular data. So, what it means is that you could get like thousands and rows and columns of data in an Excel sheet, and to you, to other people, it will look like it's just dumb data. They don't know what's going on. What they want to know is what happened over the past few years. So how do we go about cleaning that? How do we go about getting that data to get an insight? So the key concept of analysis first is to do like a data cleaning. What it means is that you, in that set of data, there could be good data, there could be bad data, and some irrelevant data. What it means is, for data cleaning, it means that you have to remove all the inaccurate data, the ones that are not consistent in a particular data set. You have to remove it to ensure that it's not affecting your data, and remove inconsistent data. There are days that in a particular role of data, you see that some data are not correct. You have to clean it up to meet your expectation. So, and then another key concept is data transformation. Data transformation means that you're changing the format. So, an example of a format is a date range. Now, a date on there are different ways data analysts like to see their dates. They want to see either the day first, the month, or the year. There are sometimes that some data can come in as month, year, date, or day, month, year, or different kind of. So you have to clean it up and transform it to a particular level of how you want the data to look like. Then the last one is please give me a moment. Can't see the last one from here. So the last one is data modeling. Data modeling means using statistical and machine learning to extract insight. So after data cleaning and transformation, you want to get like an insight from all the data you have gotten. This is where the visualization come into play, or you throw it into a model that will give you what you want from that particular data set you are working on. Next slide. So there are different types of data. There is the descriptive data. This summarizes the historical data to understand what has happened in the past. So most data, let's say want to have like a trend of what happened between 2020 to 2024 in a particular retail store that sells, let's say a shop owner in a particular community has he keeps all his data between the year 2020 and 2024, and he wants to see what's going on in his in his shop. What he does is, as a data analyst, you have to get the mean, the median, and the mode, and have like a chart, a bar chart to show you what happened in his shop. That's what is meant by descriptive data. Then explorative data is to find the patterns and relationship or anomalies of what happened in that particular shop. For this one, and the techniques that you need is for data mining, clustering, and principal principal component analysis and correlation analysis for this explorative data. Please, can you go to the next slide? Then we have predictive data. The purpose for this one is to forecast future event trends based on historical data. So we have this particular shop owner, he has had this data set and he wants to predict what is going to happen in his shop over the next 5 years. Predictive data gives us the insight of what is going to happen in the future. So that's what it means by predictive data. The techniques that is used for this one mostly is machine learning algorithms like the linear regression and the natural language tree, neural networks. Prescriptive data is recommendation based on a data analysis. So you've analyzed the data, you recommend to the shop owner to say, okay, I have done this thing and this is what I think is best for your shop and how you can be able to improve better to get more insight and get more profits in your shop. Next slide. Can you please go to the next slide? So the last one is text analysis. The base for text analysis is analyze unstructured text data to extract meaningful information. The technique used for this one is NLP, which is natural language processing and sentimental analysis, and also topic modeling and text mining. Next slide, please. So the role of data analyst in a business is a data analyst plays a very crucial role in shaping and refining business strategies by providing actionable insights and to derive information to derive data information from a data. So for one of the roles of data analysis is to identify trends and patterns. So for instance, business can spot emerging trends, customer preference, and market dynamics through data. Like I said, for an example, for a shop owner, let's say that stays in Kabbalah, wants to know the trends that is going on, which of his the things he sells the most and sells out the most. From identifying the trends, he from analyzing the data, he knows which of his commodity or which of his product is selling the most in his shop. With the help of a data analyst, he will know what to buy the most. Say for instance, people come to buy more of cornflakes than golden more, and cornflakes finishes fast than golden more, and he doesn't know, he just buys it and then he just keeping trends of it. He has a lot of data in the shop and he's not making use of that data. When he employs the data analyst and the data analyst sees that complex is selling more, he tells this man, okay, instead of you running out of complex, why don't you buy this complex and keep in your store so that once you will not be able to run out and be able to sell more. So what a data analyst sees is to identify the trends and pattern of what is going on in a particular business. Then for customer insight is to understand the consumer behavior of how customers consume products and how they can be able to get feedback from this customer, improve on the customer's trends, and to make the customer happy in a particular business. Please, next slide. Performance measurement is to test to see the track of performance across various activities and processes that is going on in a business by identifying the key trends, the upward trend and the downward trend, how to improve on the trend in a particular business. Then competitive advantage is analyzing competitors' data. So If Malam Musa has a shop and Malam Ibrahim has another shop in another street, and if he has access to this to Malam Ibrahim's data, he'll be able to see that okay, Malam Ibrahim doesn't have this. Let me add it to my shop so that people, if they go to your shop, if they come to my shop, they'll say, okay, I have it. Let me just buy it and go instead of going. So it's just identifying different, just to be ahead of what Ibrahim is selling in the shop. If you understand what I mean. Next slide. So for key metrics and KPIs, when it comes to data analysis, it's just to see what for different departments have different key metrics and KPIs that they are looking out for. So for instance, now in sales and marketing, what they want to be looking out for is to measure the increase in sales over over a specific period of time. What they want to see is what's happening in a commodity. Let's say they are selling rice, maize, and beans. They want to see which of the commodities is bringing out the more for them in a particular in a over a specific period of time, which of the commodities is selling out the most, which of the commodity is doing lesser, how can they improve to make sure that this commodity is meeting up this commodity that is selling the most. And then for customer acquisition cost is to know the total amount of money they spend the total amount of money they spend to get a particular customer to come and buy a commodity. Then for customer lifetime value is to check how much a business spend on a single customer to see, okay, this customer has been with us for over the last 5 years. How much have we spent on this customer to retain this customer? So every data speaks for different departments. Then the conversion rate is to show the percentage of prospects who takes a desirable action, e.g., making a purchase. So for let's say marketing now, there's a funnel we call conversion rate. Let's say they target 1,000 customers. Out of this 1,000 customers that was targeted, how many people was able to purchase from their particular commodity? That's what it means by conversion rate. The number of people that they were able to reach versus how many people were able to get to be able to purchase a particular commodity at a particular point in time for a during a conversion rate. Next slide. Then for customer service, how data analysis can be able to help them is to understand, to measure the customer satisfaction and loyalty. How many people stay back after buying a particular product, to get the retention rates, people that are coming back to come and buy products from them over and over again, and then average resolution time. So for every company, for instance, let's take MTN now, the total number of time they spend on a particular customer to be able to resolve their issue for them. Everything is being calculated. They spend 10 minutes to use, say for instance, a customer service agent calls, let's say as an MTN user call a customer service, and then that customer service agent has like a specific period of time that he's supposed to resolve my issue for me. A system is there to calculate total number of time he has spent. If this customer agent spends more than 10 minutes, they will discuss the this data will ensure that the customer is able to resolve his issue between a particular period of time. So with the help of data and analysis, it helps these people to able to resolve their issue. And then for operational efficiency assesses how well resources are being utilized in a business. Inventory turnover measures how often inventory is sold and replaced over a period of time. Like I use for this example of Malamusa, where he has a lot of inventory in his store. If he buys conflicts over a particular period of time, and let's say he bought conflicts for 2 weeks and it's exhausted, with the help of inventory turnover, it helps you to show that okay, I have this inventory. This was the last time I updated my inventory, and this was the last time it's finished. So it gives him like a trend of how his stock finishes in a particular point in time. Next slide. Then for finance, it helps them to measure the percentage of revenue over the cost that they've spent, total revenue versus total cost, whether they are meeting their profit margin, whether they are having a lot of return in investments, and whether they are able to meet up with the debts that they've collected from people. Then for human resources, employee turnover, total number of people that leave, the rate at which employees leave a particular company and how they are replaced over a period of time. So for instance, in a company, let's say there's a trend that happened that, okay, these particular people are leaving the company. What is happening? Why are people leaving? So because human resources are keeping data, they know that in a specific period of time they've employed a lot of people are leaving, and why are people leaving, why are people coming to join the company. And then for employee engagement measurement score, over a period of time in a particular company they send out what do you call it, assessment to check how employees are enjoying the company, their worries, their concern, the total number of people that are happy staying in the company, total number of people that are sad. They measure it and they try to improve on the welfare of the company. And then when it comes to training effectiveness, so most companies now they train their employees to ensure that they are doing very good, they are doing better in terms of their job description. So if they pay for people to go to school to improve on their skills, improve their on their on their job roles, how is this training helping them? Is it improving? Are they just spending money, or are they improving in terms of efficiency? So all this data will ensure that everybody is meeting up to their key metrics and their KPIs in different departments and in different squad. Next slide. So, what are the tools that a data analyst use, and the techniques that ensure that these tools work very well? So there are different kind of tools across, and one of the ones I posted on this slide are the ones that I've used and I've really enjoyed. Excel being my favorite. So Excel is used for data manipulation and statistics. You can do a whole lot of data analysis on Excel on it. People look at Excel like one of the basic tools, but with data analysis is one of the most interesting and fun tools that you could ever use. And some of the features that Excel have is the pivot table, the function, formulas, and data visualization. Excel is a very, very powerful tool and very, very easy to use tool if you understand and know how to make use of Excel. And then another tool again is Power BI. Power BI is a Microsoft tool that is used for business analysts to be able to visualize data and share insights across an organization. The features that this Power BI have is integration with Microsoft product to see real-time analysis. You can also import Excel to Power BI to be able to increase and do more of what Excel cannot do for you. So it's somewhat like the same thing, but Power BI has more techniques than Excel. Next slide. And then we have the SQL. So SQL is like the structure query language. Essentially, it's used for querying and managing relational database to be able to get data from different data warehouses and join them. So let's say you want to get data from finance, get data from finance data set, get data from human resource, get data from inventory management. So if you have like an Excel tool, sorry, an SQL tool, you can bring all this data together and you can join all of them using the select statement, the join, subquery, and aggregate function. Then another tool again that the data analyst makes use of is Python. This is like a programming language for data analysts. Those people that really want to go into machine learning and automation. One of the libraries that are on these tools are the pandas. That pandas is used for data manipulation. NumPy is used for numeric computation. Then matplotlib and seaborn are used for data visualization. Most of these are done with programming. And then we have Jupyter again, that is for interactive computing. This one you have to hard code what you want to see in your visualization. Next slide. So, importance of data and visualization is one of the simple thing why the importance of data visualization is to simplify a complex data. I have a thousand rows and columns of data. To a normal person, it looks a whole lot. So if I should convert this data to a bar chart, a pie chart, and a whole lot of visualization graph, and create like a simple dashboard, is going to be much understandable to people that don't even understand data. All they want to see is, okay, I have 5 bars, I see 1,000 males, 1,000 females, instead of seeing it in a whole in a whole form of Excel. So it helps you to understand what's going on in a particular business, and it also enhances decision making. If I, as a business, I am trying to sell clothes to people, different categories of people, as a fashion enterprise, and I see that my customers are coming to buy more of male clothes than female clothes, what this data visualization tells you that what you need to do is to improve on purchasing more of male clothes than female clothes. Because if you keep a clothes like the female clothes in in a shop, they it just stays there for longer, you're not getting profit. So it just makes you to have like a decision making on the go. It improves data interpretation. Visualization helps you to understand what is going on, understand the trend that's going on in a particular business. Next slide. And it also facilitates storytelling. So from a particular data set, I can give like a story to say, okay, I have, just to give you a story to help you tell. Let's say you have investors coming to a company, and then you have like your visualization. What it tells you is going to give you the insight and how to tell stories, to say, okay, from 2020 we had a lot of people coming to our organization. Between 2020 and 2023 we had lots of coaches, we had downtime, and just to give you a whole lot of what's going on in an organization. And then it also supports real-time analysis, like Power BI. Now what it means, if you connect, let's say, a database to a Power BI, all you need to do is just to go and refresh. So it supports real-time analysis instead of you going. So for Power BI, what it gives is to just give you like a real-time analysis of what's going on in your part in an organization. I think she has left and I don't have my slides. So I have to wait for her to join back. Please can you go to the next slide? So practical application of data analysis. So different department, different organization use different the data analysis for different industries. So for instance, now in marketing, what they use is for customer segmentation. They use data to analyze the total number of people that are using a particular product. Say for instance, which of, let me say, as for an age range now, what they want to see, how many people are using my product, what which age range is using my product. When it comes to gender, which gender is using it. So they use it for customer segmentation. And then campaign effectiveness, they could do like a b testing. So for this segment that I want to give this thing to, let's see how this is going to trend. For B segment, let's see how it's going to trend. And then they bring all the data together to see which of the segment did the most, and how to put more invest in that segment that did the most. So with the help of data analysis, it helps them to understand what is going on in a particular market. So for social media manager, social media analytics is just to monitor the trends, if they should sponsor an ad, which of the ad went out, which one performed the best over a month to just improve and say, okay, why did these people click on this thing? What did we do best? What did we do right? How can we improve? That is how data analysis helps for different people in marketing team. Next slide. Then for finance, it helps them to detect fraud detection. Say for me now, for instance, I use OPay, and every month I deposit 10,000 naira, 10,000 naira. OPay is seeing like how much you're depositing, and then out of nowhere, I come to deposit about 10 million in my account. They will block my account to see, it's just to see what is happening, the financial activity that's going on, to detect fraudulent activities. This 10 million, how did you get it? Where did it come from? What happened? So they have to ask you all those kind of questions. So it just analysis help them to detect what is going on in a s- in a specific period of time. So for credit scoring now, it's just to check your historical credit data. If you borrow money from all these, let's say for instance, Lapo now, you go to borrow money from them, how do you pay? Do you pay your loan? Do you go back to collect another loan again? What is, how do you pay your loan? So if you, it helps them to improve, help them to say, okay, you came to collect 10 million from me, you have paid 5 million, you have paid 2 million, you have completed your loan. This give them the confidence to give you another loan, to say, okay, yes, this person has like a has like a history of paying loan, so we can give them the loan instead of just letting you come to collect loan on and you make them to go bankrupt. So with the help of analysis, it's just to check your credit score for you. And then investment analysis is just for you to say, um, I want to invest in a certain bank, say for instance GT and Wema and all those banks. Then you want to just invest. What analysis does for you to see their market trends, how much is their shares, how much debt they owe, how much investors are investing in their company, to say, okay, this company is not going to go down, it's not going to go bankrupt in any point in time. So with the help of analysis, it helps investment bankers, helps investment analysts to be at the top of their game. Next slide. And then for retailers, it helps with inventory management to see which of their products are selling the most, to be able to improve on to reduce stock sellouts, to help them improve on their to better their supply chain management. Then personalized recommendation. Most of us are on social medias. In fact, all of us are on social medias. If you just mention that you want to get a shoe now, what social media does is to keep on recommending for you. Okay, you liked this picture, it means that you like this kind of picture. That is why anytime you're on Instagram or on Facebook, if you like a particular picture on Google, it's going to bring lots of recommendation for you. This is just analyzing your trend, analyzing what you like, to bring, to give you better options, to say, okay, I love these sneakers, I want to buy the sneakers in 2 months. They will keep on predicting, bringing for you. So that's what data analysis does for you. And then for sales forecasting, it's just to give you, to forecast how a sale is going to go over a particular point in time, to improve on your inventory, to ensure that you don't have, or you have all those inventories up to in stock in your store. Next slide. So impact on business outcome. It helps them to increase efficiency, to by identifying inefficiencies. Those products that are not selling well, how do we do with it? Do we stop selling those products? Do we improve? How can we? It's just to make sure that business is up to productivity, improves revenue growth for them, optimize market campaign to make them stop spending anyhow. And then it also brings for innovations. These people that are selling this thing, how can we make them better? These are marketers, how can we improve? Just to bring innovation to an organization, to make sure that they are having a whole lot of impact in an organization. Next slide. think I'm done. Yes, so we've come to the end of impact of data analysis and business decision. If you have any question, please you could ask and I can answer. I'll be able to answer you very well.
Thank you very much, and I actually relate a lot to myself. Uh, so there are a few questions in the comments section. So
Okay.
let's just answer that. So Emilia Novelas, she asked, what new data sources or technology could enhance our data analysis efforts?
So there are different kind of data sources. One that I know off the top of my head is cargo.com. They have a whole lot of data ranging from education to medical to different kind of data that you can think of. You can find it on cargo.com and it's free. They are mostly dummy data, so it can help you to improve on your data analysis to becoming a better data analyst.
Okay. And so Gloria is asking, for someone looking to make a switch in career, what are the basics that the person should know?
All right. So I think the basis for me, when I started from the up to down. So I started from data science and then I was doing like big data and the rest. And I felt I stayed there for like 3 years and I was finding no headways for me. So what I'll advise people to do is to start with Excel. Understand the basis of Excel. If you are
Mm.
very good with Excel, then you can now pivot to Power BI. And if you understand Power BI, then you can going up the ladder till you become like a full confirmed data analyst.
Oh, okay. So this I don't know if there are any other questions. You can put them in the comment section and we'll be sure to answer. But for from my end, during when you were talking, I understood that data analysis is not just something that is related in the corporate world. Because when people hear data analysis, they think, oh, it's only offices or people that do finance, or probably they work in the tech industry. That's where data
Yeah.
analysis can be used. But from everything that you mentioned, is that data analysis can be used anywhere. See, from the day-to-day
Everywhere.
store, from
Mm-hmm.
supermarket, anywhere. So, so this is going to come like a personal question. What made you decide that okay, this analysis is something I want to do initially?
So I have jumped from one tech skill to the other. I've been jumping, 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 and anywhere I go, I find myself in data. I don't know. I maybe it's because I love anything that has to do with calculation, and anytime I see charts, I want to see the the back end of it. Let's say for instance,
Mm,
in the kitchen when you're cooking and then you cook a palatable food, but in the kitchen at the back, everything is very, very dirty. So I want to see like the
let's
process. How
see.
did this person go into this place? What was the process that this was
Yeah.
the brain box behind this thing? And and I think it was the community I found myself when I started my career in tech that really improved in to say, okay, I want to do data. It's just to brag, to be honest, just for bragging rights. And also
Oh.
to add to what you said regarding data, data is not only for corporate organizations, right? You could see data everywhere. There are data everywhere you find yourself in. Data in, let's say, if you're in Lagos bus stop, how many cars come in a particular point? Like it just gives you the trend. You see, like let's say for instance now in Lagos between 6 to 9 is always traffic, right? That is data for you because everybody is rushing to go to work. From 5 to 6 days, like a whole lot of traffic. That is data for you too. Some people in developed
Yeah.
countries they use that one as data for traffic control. And then me personally, what I do is I use my finances as data. How much do I spend on data, on
Oh.
airtime, on food? I have like a chart to say, and then you don't have money, but you're spending a lot. Where is this money coming from? So it's more like expenses. I calculate my expenses, and it helps me to say, okay, you need to reduce on this to improve on this. You need to improve on this and reduce on the other part of your expenses and all this kind of stuff like that. So data is everywhere in your kitchen, in your house, everywhere. There's a whole lot of data. It's just that in Nigeria we don't really, like they say, data is the new money, right? So if anybody
Yeah.
get access to your data, they can predict you and say, okay, this person, we have a data. We'll monitor her trends and then give her attack. Those kind of stuff like that. So it's just in Nigeria that we don't really enjoy data like that. We don't really keep data personal.
Yeah. Um, it's in recent times that we have been able to understand that tech isn't really a concept that people want to dive in. Or recently,
Mhm.
I think in the last, say after COVID, people started
Yes,
thinking, okay, the world is advanced. Let's move to the advanced end, and the
actually.
tech, data analysis, and the rest became something that everybody wants to dive into. So
Yes.
hopefully, in time, when people when it becomes more aware, I don't think there's ever going to be a time where we become less aware than this. We are very aware right now, and everybody's curious.
Yes.
So yeah, there are no more questions, but we really appreciate your time. Thank you very much, for your time for this wonderful class. Because I myself, I'm not someone that work with data, but I can't say that I do not. I've been able to gain a lot, and imagine someone that wants to switch in career and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
uh, everyone, if you want to meet Annie personally for her to mentor you, just join the Asian community. She'll be there when you have issues. She'll be very available to answer. They have a team of mentors, experts, accountability partners that would help you throughout. And for the HM community, that's what we do. Like we mentor people, we help people. We have been able to do that before. We've tested it and we know that it works. And that's why we're doing it again, but this time around in a larger scale. So this webinar actually happens every Thursday, people, by 3 p.m. every Thursday. You can join us live and we would, talk, discuss, answer your questions if you have any, and you just learn more insights. To be honest, I think most times all you need is someone to just give you that answer that you're looking for you to know exactly what you want to do. Imagine some ago, I was trying to like, what am I supposed to do with my life right now? And it can just be a talk you listen to or something that is able to hone that direction. So thank you very much, Annie, once again for this.
You're welcome.
Um, to meet, definitely we're meeting, but we'll see more of you in the community. Thank you very
All right.
much. Thank
Thank
you very
you
much,
too.
and have a wonderful afternoon. So to
Bye,
join our
everyone.
community, so the link of Annie, the link of our community would be at the comment section. So you can just click on it or you can just check hm.community to join. Look at our website, look at things that are there, anything. If you have questions, you can ask her. There are people 247 available to answer you. All right, everyone, have a wonderful evening and a wonderful weekend too. Bye,
Thank you
guys.
for
Bye,
having me.
Annie.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye.